don't stop. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kwame. This evening. And to all of those who are at home on the live stream, yo, big them up, let them know there's people in the house. Yes, that's 7 of them. I'm here to say really that we've never quite done anything like this before. This is a love letter to the art that is created by those who serve us through the NHS. And it's been really beautiful sitting here today, seeing trust after trust arrive and coming on stage and doing their thing. That's really me saying that we haven't even really had a dress rehearsal. It's the first time in my life, I think, that we've ever put a show on where no one really knows what's happening next. And so I want you with that to share all your love and all your goodwill and send all of your good vibes to everyone who's coming on stage tonight to give of themselves, to give of to extend their dimension. We only think about the NHS in terms of how people serve us and heal us. And this is you showing us your heart, showing us your spirit, your soul, but most importantly, your art. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Louise. I think Louise is really the person that thank you. I told you, no one knows what's happening next. Louise came in the last-second.com because Ellie was due to come and do a speech, and you've come to do her speech for her. Lastminute.com. This is the spirit of the NHS, folks.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us and for the support in this room. I'm Louise McCarthy, and I'm the very proud Director of Fundraising at NHS Charities Together. For those of you that don't know us, we are the national charity caring for the NHS, with our network of over 230 NHS charities based in every hospital, mental health, ambulance, community health services across the UK. We help health services go further for NHS staff, patients and communities. We have funded thousands of projects, including mental health support for NHS staff, training for emergency volunteers, equipment and support for patients, and community partnership programmes to prevent ill health and reduce pressure on NHS services. As we celebrated the 75th anniversary of the NHS earlier this year, we reflected on how the healthcare staff have made what it is today. They give so much, and this project has provided a wonderful and unique opportunity for them to express their experiences and to raise awareness of why it's so important NHS charities continue to be there for them. Bringing together 19 NHS hospital trusts, this is arguably the largest such initiative ever presented in England, a testament to the power of arts in this landmark year for our NHS. And it's also evidence that it's a growing and more important part of what we do to improve health and well-being. And doctors are turning to creative approaches through social prescribing to help people manage long-term health conditions. And we are delighted to be supporting the National Arts in Hospital Network together with Arts Council England and NHS England on bringing our national health stories to life. This project simply would not have gone ahead without the commitment of Arts Council England, so a big and heartfelt thank you for your support. Earlier this year, NHS Charities Together invited Heidi Thomas, who some of you might know. She's the writer for Call the Midwife, and she wrote a very special tribute to the healthcare workforce during the 75th year of the NHS, and I will finish with a few of her words, which she has given me permission to use. The National Health Service is the greatest idea this country ever had, and the finest story it has ever told about itself. And it has been written, not in words, but by the actions of its workers. Every shift, every handover, every hand held. The story continues because it must, and it is a masterpiece. Thank you so much again. It's my privilege to be here, and our evening will begin with Leicester. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Helen Sterland and this is Adrian Garrett. We are resident artists in Leicestershire hospitals. We've been working for the last 6 months with the staff and working in the wards, so we've been delivering dance and movement projects along with the help from the physiotherapist staff, and Adrian has been doing sort of music requests, and it's been quite a joyous and really uplifting and sort of helping with exercise and getting people out of bed and helping to support that. So one of the things we're going to do today is we want to demonstrate a project that we've been doing. We've been creating a cake dance to celebrate the NHS 75 years. And so what I would really love you to do is to join in and do this cake dance, because the patients are doing it in bed, so I'd really love you to follow us here. One of the things I did learn from the staff was all about how to wash our hands properly. So if you can you please stand up? Good stuff. I know you just got here, but stand up. Fabulous. Right, and I know some of you are experts at this, so here we go. So we need to wash our hands that we're going to do in between the fingers. Fabulous. And then the other way. That's it. And then we just do the nails. And then the wrists. And the wrists. And then the thumbs. And then we're just going to go and knock the tap. We're going to swish around. That's it. Flick it away. And then we're going to gown up to the operating theatre. And all the way around. You can stay, but I'm going round. Fabulous. Right, stay there, because we're going to make the cake now. Okay, you ready? So it's a ginormica cake. That's layer 1. And then layer 2. Very good. And then layer 3. Very good. And then we've got 2 more. Right to the top. Good. Told you it's huge. And then we go, this is gorgeous. It's amazing. Put your hands together. We're going to do a massive bow. Okay, big bow. Fabulous. Good. Right, next bit, we've got a bucket of icing. Slap that on. Very good. Bit more icing. Don't forget to turn the cake. Last bit. Bit more icing. And a bit more. And then turn the cake. Right, spread your fingers. Right, we're going to put the decorations on. Very good. And then we go, wow. Okay, what do you want to put on the cake?
Some squirty cream.
Right, everybody, follow. Squirty cream, go. Let's get that on. Fantastic. What do you want to put on?
Hundreds and thousands.
Oh, yeah, we love that. Let's follow you. Hundreds and thousands. Loads of it. Fantastic. What do you want to put on?
Loads of my mum's mince pies.
Oh, lovely.
Oh.
Yeah, let's get those on then. Follow you. What would you like to put on?
Chocolate buttons.
Oh, lovely. Let's follow you then. Put the chocolate buttons on. Right, somebody from the audience, what do you want to put on? Smarties. Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's get those on. And one more from the audience. Quick. Caramel. Fabulous. Amazing. Right, we've done that. Now we need to do 75 years. Ready? So draw 75. Woo. And then we need to do the candle. Fabulous. Last bit, we're going to cut the cake. Big slice. Bring it in. And gobble it up. One more slice. We need one more slice. Fabulous. Bring it in. Gobble it up. And one more slice here. I'm just going to pass you one. And you one. And you one. Everybody, well done. Woo! Thank you. Well done. Thank you for joining in. That's goodbye from us from Leicester. Thank you.
I'm a consultant, liver and pancreas surgeon.
I do the NHS care.
Pioneered activity-based therapy.
ENT, I've also worked in trauma and orthopedics.
I'm the surgical registrar in the surgical department.
The ECO team, so my role is patient equality, diversity and inclusion.
Speech language therapist, I've been here for...
The foundation year 1 trainees.
Ethnicity, different religions, different cultures, different personalities. That's the thing, I can say it's all the world.
Listen in. To the cleaner who isn't good at directions, who has carved her own route, who will walk beside you. The receptionist who's fluent in welcome, translating tension. The porter who made you laugh so hard your stitches nearly popped, who you begged to stop. The care of the elderly doctor who treats her patients like Olympic champions. The cafe worker who can understand his regulars. The caterer who can tell how sick your relative is from what you say or don't say. The speech and language therapist who can help you sing, I love you, and your grandchild's name.
The music or singing has a power and passion, you know.
Because they'd always start to sing. That's the secret of success.
The constant beat of the anaesthetic machine.
The sounds could range from despair to happiness.
It has a sound of community, you know, just
People, it's the sound of people.
The general public doesn't really understand how stressful a job this can
what
be.
we do every day isn't easy. So
I find myself saying sorry quite a lot.
Like, there have been days I have gone home and I have really been stressed.
Well, they're struggling a lot.
Especially in the current climate.
Fees and things were cheaper back then, but they're ridiculous now.
The therapist who joined the Cinderella service in 74 and retired still wishing more lives could be transformed. The doctor whose passion for public healthcare isn't private, who hears in your heartbeat an alternative to silence. To the orthopaedic surgeon who goes home really stressed some days, his cathartic fix is cleaning his home. The pharmacist who's there when everything turns blue and all the work that isn't mentioned in the news. The cleaner who shows us photos of Eid on her phone. The staff cafe full of joy, who knows this place as a whole small world. The junior doctor whose role models are junior doctors, who was invited to Pride by a friend he made in the choir.
I think we've all been through so much in the last 2 years.
Wow, really good mental.
That's something that was actually created 75 years ago has actually lasted to, like what it is now. I think that is actually quite remarkable.
Positive things that make a difference to people. As a family.
I will wait for lovely good people here. It's a hospital, it's a workplace, but not just colleagues, they're friends, they're family.
To all those who gather histories from voice, chest, heart and bowels. The musician in residence who's been a patient here, who knows how transformation sounds. The consultant who helped her into hospital, who operated for 10 hours yesterday. The patient experience manager making the most of a complaint. The registrar from Libya who listens closely across cultures. The healthcare professional who asks her patients to teach her their songs, because passion is feeling valued. Ask this whole little world and try to listen. They will show you what it means to listen.
They will show you what it
Getting ready always takes me longer than I think. Now, I'm not sure I've even left the house yet this week. But it's scary how easily that can happen when you work from home and it's winter and everything's... Well, I pre-booked a taxi. There's actually a bus that gets you almost door to door when it's running. But you can't rely on it. And it's one of those routes that just has bad vibes, you know. There was a time when I would have walked it, but that's out of the question. Well, I can't be late. They'll be late, obviously, but that's beside the point. We all know it doesn't work both ways. I look tired. I've got on a bit of foundation. A swipe of mascara, that's all. My hair's pulled back. It's clean, that's what matters. Well, I did shower today. I am wearing what the more aspirational call athleisure. But what class warriors such as myself still call tracky bottoms. But they're nice tracky bottoms, though, so that's something. No, I have put considerable thought into my underwear. You never know. Nervous. My mate Shaz is on hand, and I've promised to give her a call straight after to give her the full debrief. Now, she offered to come with, even just to sit outside in the car and wait. I said I could manage. Now I'm having second thoughts. I've made a checklist. Now I've done my homework. Well, I'm sweating so much, I'm beginning to wonder whether it can be officially classed as a symptom. I've been waiting 4 months for this. 4 months to see a new pain specialist. I want to look presentable, but not too presentable. Well, you don't look like you're in pain. Too put together, and they'll think there's nothing wrong with you. You are here, after all. You did manage to shower, get dressed, get out of the house, so how bad can it really be? But I don't want to look. Forget look. I don't want to smell going in there. I don't want to make their job any harder. But I don't want them to think I'm not worth bothering with. It's a balancing act. Be articulate. Polite. Laugh at their jokes. Well, don't try and make your own, but be sure to laugh at theirs.
Be your own advocate.
Make sure you've done your research, but don't make it too obvious.
Don't try to do their job. Don't correct them.
Yep. Stand your ground.
Ask questions.
Don't take no for an answer.
Well, don't pretend you're better than you are.
Don't try to be brave. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. When my best mate had cancer, I was amazed about how well it all seemed to work. Rapid testing, diagnosis, treatment, chemo and surgery, discharge, checkups, like a well-oiled machine. Because it is. But this is... Well, I just tell you it hurts, here and here, in this way and that. But this one is new. More than last time, less than last week, more than I can bear. Well, manageable, I suppose, because here I am, but it hurts. Physiotherapy, psychotherapy, pain management. I just hurt. In my joints, in my bones. I want to be taken seriously. And I am, for the most part, taken seriously, but I am bounced from specialist to specialist, and they are kind and attentive, but they can't fix me. So 3 or 4 or 6 months later, and I'll have another 20-minute assessment with someone else, and they might try something new. I don't think you're set up for people like me. I don't know if it's possible to be. I don't make anybody's life easy. But you haven't given up on me, so I suppose that's something. Now, I think the deal is, if you don't give up, I won't either. My taxi will be here soon. Be patient, firm, clear. Don't let them fob you off. Don't leave until you've got some answers. Until they tell you what they're doing next. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I snap or sigh or roll my eyes. I'm trying. Please say you can help me. I just hurt.
Another day's another day of dread. A nurse is waking from a hotel bed. Families waiting for the days ahead. Doing it all for you. Visiting hours, they were 2 to 4. Now there's an emptiness down the corridor, but there's a blue, blue river flowing like before. It carries the people through. When times are tough, roll up your gloves. The face behind the mask will keep spreading love. The nation unites and applauding for you. You carry the people through. It isn't easy being torn apart, but we're putting back together a grateful heart. They kept on going, working from the start, doing it for me and you. Gotta keep on climbing, we can't stop until the mountain of our minds beneath our feet, and still there is a blue, blue river and it flows uphill. It carries the people through. When times are tough, roll up your gloves. The face behind the mask will keep spreading love. The nation unites and applauding for you. You carry the people through. When times are tough, roll up your gloves. The face behind the mask will keep spreading love. The nation unites and applauding for you. You carry the people through. When times are tough, roll up your gloves. Unites and applauding for you. You carry the people through. Times are tough, roll up your gloves. The face behind the mask will keep spreading love. The nation unites and applauding for you. You carry the people through. Times are tough, roll up your gloves. The face behind the mask will keep spreading love. The nation unites and applauding for you. You carry the people through.
Hi, I'm Chinta from York, and I love art. I love art. Art which you see, which you hear, which you feel, which you wear. Wear? I'm wearing a tie, and what does this remind me? Patterns. My mum used to draw these patterns, and all my childhood I woke up, and I see her clear the posh, and with rice powder, a brilliant white like that, a brilliant white on the floor. And when I walked in to buy a suit many years later, I saw this tie and I wear it. And what does it do? It connects me. And that's what art does. We asked in York, in some endoscopy unit, 100 patients, what it does. How do you want this environment better? And they said, good colors, paintings, music streaming into the rooms, beautiful books, coffee table books, something to read, something that relaxes you. Why? Because it touches you. It touches you. We took those lessons. 97 of those 100 people told us, so very high returns. And to colorectal wards, all sorts of operations happening. But at the end of a ward, we found a place. They would put in music. We had a digital cabin over there. And art. Art in hospitals would fund some paintings, which we would change every 3 months. And there were some National Geographic books, and patients loved it. And guess what? They went home a day earlier, because they want to be in nice places, surrounded by beauty, surrounded by home, where their heart beats and feels safe and comfortable. And we did the same then with a new endoscopy build. We got our patients and our nurses to talk about, what do you want? What colors do you want? And they chose, and the colors, and an artist from the conception started figuring out things in York. And the whole unit is now got these pictures, beautiful, that the patients all come back and talk about and tell us that their patient experience is great. And what does it do to me in the middle of the night? Happened last weekend, 4 o'clock in the morning, long operation, coming back. And there's this corridor full of paintings. And Naduku has done some beautiful paintings of deep in Africa, and the colors he's got, the textures in those colors, the warmth. It's unbelievable. For a few moments you stand over there and it captures you. And in those silences, this national art health networks reverberate. And I'm so fortunate. I've got Griselda at York who brings these environments into York hospitals. And thank you to National Art Health Networks. That's my story.
You've been serving our hearts since way back then. You turn a tear to a smile and do it all again. Don't know how you do it, but you treat everyone. You love and open your arms, no matter where we're from. Broken hearts, bleeding heads, don't feel well, don't be scared. NHS, you're so cool and you're saving lives. You've done it more than 1 million times. And now that you're 75, you do it all again. NHS, you've been there through the highs and lows. When I'm weak, I know you'll be strong. And we'll never let you go. And here's to many more NHS. You're so cool and you're saving lives. You've done it more than 1 million times. And now that you're 75, you do it all again. NHS, you've been there through the highs and lows. When I'm weak, I know you'll be strong. And we'll never let you go. And here's to many more NHS.
We were one of many voices. It was cold. It was sunny. It was so cloudy. I was one of many. I was over-caffeinated and palpitating. It was my first day of X-ray. It it's always been orthopedics. It was my first of many bodies. It was a leap in the dark. I was overwhelmed. I was delivering the linen at 6 a.m. I had fair stitched into my jacket. I glimpsed Diana. I was surprised. I saw the sunrise. It was my first post. I was naive and underprepared. My clothes were far too smart. I couldn't wait to start my first shift. I carried the restless bravery of youth on my back. I was happy to leave. I was relieved I could continue. I was accomplished. I was needed. I felt grief for all my patients' pain. I treated everybody exactly how I would wish to be treated. If I could start over, I would. If I could start over, I would do it again. I would pace myself. I would congratulate myself. I would celebrate myself. I would be a basketball player. I would aim as I do. I would say, don't fracture your arm. I would say, tender your heart. I would say, choose your mug carefully. I would stay. It's the smallest things, like a smile, when the patients are rude, when the hours are inflexible, when you mutter, I can do it, through a mouthful of chocolate and bewilderment, when you quit and return and commit to a new day, when you didn't imagine you'd come back, when you're not sure if it's worth it, when only pride keeps you going, when you've seen the other side, when tired is the default, but you still know kindness when it is tucked into your lanyard as you speak into the radio. When it's our first day and our 36th year, racing up the escalator, handling the trolleys, bearing all these stories, wearing out our now scuffed shoes which follow us around this maze, which still holds some surprises, which is relentless and consuming and frustrating and joyous. When we are one of many people, when we live for helping others, when it is something that we're proud of, or even what we love.
You all waiting?
Yeah.
They give you a ticket?
Yeah, I'm number 64.
53.
22.
22?
What are you?
75.
Settle in.
They're still in the 20s.
Yeah, not sure they're seeing people, what's the word? Sequentially.
Oh, they're not?
I wouldn't count on it.
It's ridiculous.
They're doing their best.
It's not good enough, though, is it? I mean it. It's ridiculous. You know what it costs us?
Nothing?
Nothing? 160, no, it's over 160 billion pounds a year. Covered by the taxpayer. That's all of us.
Yeah, but...
It's criminal. Number 75. The whole thing's a disgrace.
But it's free, isn't it? Free at the point of, so you can't complain.
I can. I mean it. Seriously. What has the NHS ever done for us?
The COVID vaccine.
Oh, yeah, sure. The COVID vaccine.
HPV vaccine.
Meningitis.
MMR.
PrEP.
The flu shot.
You can get that in Boots. That doesn't count.
Cancer screening.
Yes, cancer I'll grant you, but apart from that and COVID...
And all the other vaccines.
Organ transplants.
The organ donor register.
And blood donations.
Yeah, right, so cancer, COVID, other vaccines and transplants, yes, but otherwise...
Walk-in centres?
A&E. 999.
111.
Yeah, but that's their job.
The world's first CT scan.
The world's first test tube baby.
The world's first effective COVID treatment.
IVF, now open to queer couples.
Bionic eyes?
Robot surgeons.
Yeah, okay. But apart from the COVID vaccine, meningitis, MMR, HPV...
And PrEP.
100 different cancer drugs, organ transplants, donor lists, walk-in centres, A&E, 999 and 111, CT scans, IVF, bionic eyes, robots everywhere, and all free at the point of contact. What has the NHS ever done for us?
There's a coffee machine just outside.
Oh, it's terrible coffee.
No pleasing some people.
I'm sorry, Smith. We are late. I'm sorry, we are very busy.
Oh, no, not at all, Doctor. I can see you've got your hands full.
First past the bold sunshine of yellow volunteers smiling. Vivid fish flicker on the floor, the open arms of main reception. Here is a safe home for however long you need. Down in the cool veins of basement, meet those who work hard to keep us safe, who clean with thought, care, who paint, repair, who keep the water flowing and the sheets neatly tucked, the food good and hot, the letters from home sent up, messages of love. Laughter ricochets around, carrying like bells. Come with me, upstairs. These bright spaces, once just a grey sketch, now are full of motion, voices. Think what it takes to keep this place working, breathing, keep the heart beating, keep the atmosphere of sky, rainbows, tangerines, even on dark days of shadow and hard rain. Come with me. There are spaces where someone will hold your hand, hold on to the ache, and you'll find somehow hope. They will walk with you. Come to gleaming labs and rooms, electric with the prospect of progress. Then wards, where you'll find tenderness, care, even in the blue part of night. Here, everyone holds each other, watches for each other's pain, catches tears in staff room mugs, finds the light to go again. Come with me and see teachers crouching by the bedside, dancers, porters, hands typing, heads bent low over tables, mapping out the sharp green road of a good future. Come with me and watch the magic of play. A child's first word in weeks, first smile as their bedroom becomes a silver rocket made with glitter, glue and love. See how trust moves over their small face when they are listened to. This building is a body. The staff are its blood. And it only works because of each and every single one. There is no offering too small. No one does it for thanks. They speak instead of children's giggles, washing the wide halls like sun. But the difference here is vast, tall. They deserve thanks and so much more. These words are too tiny to hold it.
Ta-mini-ma, mini-ma, mini-ma, ta-mini-ma, mini-ma. Ta-mini-ma, mini-ma, mini-ma, ta-mini-ma, mini-ma. Oh, mini-ma, ta-mini-ma, mini-ma. Oh, mini-ma, ta-mini-ma, mini-ma. Ta-mini-ma, mini-ma, mini-ma, ta-mini-ma, mini-ma.
Friendly presence. Of course, we've got our resident ghost, Selena. She's restless when there's change or building works. You feel her presence, catch her perfume. You just know she's there. The spirit of the old at the heart of the new. This old house, gifted to the people of Northwich, is still in use as offices. We're bigger than we look. People don't realise how much we do. A new CT department, a hydrotherapy pool. This hospital is haunted by helpfulness. Always someone there. You feel each other's presence. As we grow, I hope our community spirit stays. Here, nothing is set in stone except support. Every 5 minutes, we move, we adapt, we change. A fire alarm goes off, keeps us on our toes. So we pull together, evacuate the hospital. We're the caretakers of this place, keeping it safe. We make sure every sink is clean. We count the coins from the car park machines. We book clinic rooms, blood tests, appointments, answer questions of every kind. One gentleman called to say his wife had died. We tracked his doctor down for him. At reception, people are often apprehensive. Most of them don't know what to expect. I send them off in the right direction. I make sure to smile, use their name. On the way out, they say bye, they wave. Some of our wound clinic regulars spend hours waiting for the ambulance in their wheelchairs. Restless, distraught, I offer them tea, a blanket, a friendly presence, just to let them know I'm there.
Body language. People come in like fog to a harbour, a cliff's edge. We clear the skies for them, and we clear each other's skies. Vibrant sunshine. On a bad day, I can talk to one of these guys. We do like to party in the park, leaving do's, barbecues. We know each other outside, not just in outpatients. We're in each other's company because we want to be. Out of the blue, someone's off sick. We all step up into the clinic. A patient comes in on a stretcher. We have to hoist. Our grammar is not the best, but we're fluent in emergencies. It's hard to articulate as much an I look as anything. Combine knowledge. What would you do? Dermatology, wound care, breast specialists. At the end of the day, we all walk out together. Some patients come to a few. They start to open up to you. In COVID, one lady was given bad news on her own, her family outside. You knew exactly what to do. We speak plain English. Instead of cholecystectomy, gallbladder removal. We're good at body language too, preempting the next step after life-changing news. Amputations, mastectomies, surgeries, first addressing, a phone call, a moment. Those important questions. Will I ever be able to go out with the lads again? We recognise the truth when someone says they're fine. Slow down, don't drive. We follow them out sometimes. We're one of those secrets of Leighton, that first touch. When people are in denial, it's just an appointment, no rush. We're the honest conversation. This is how we need to do things. That balance between being sunny and clearing the fog, the ability to make informed decisions. We know what words to give them.
Behind the scenes in this labyrinth, each morning, first thing, a delivery from a van whose doors crack open like an underworld. 75 trolleys. For each, 100 sheets, 20 blankets, 15 bed covers, 50 towels, 25 pieces of nightwear, 20 operation gowns. Down here, we work to the hum of the heating system. We work under your feet. We work until there's a rhythm. Bend, lift, sort, repeat. Our arms hold and release. These cages of cloth in cross-section are whole ecosystems. Children, rocking horse, red and green. Junior doctor, turquoise. Surgeon, emerald. Matrons, the sturdy blue of a swift summer. This is an empty place of woven things, where we sort cloth into systems and send out linen, seeds, missives, wishes. One will go in the lift to recovery, where the senior sister leans in to hold a sick bowl in front of the lips of an 86-year-old after anesthetic. My mother, she whispers. The sister nods, washes her wrists, unfolds a new gown. Let's get you into this. One passes the maternity reception and is smiled at by a woman who has worked here for 3 decades. She wipes her desk clean at the end of each shift, bakes lasagna on Wednesdays for the junior doctors, who, red-eyed, attend each requirement. One is for the midwives, sturdy as mountains, who wait in hallways in navy linen, ready to roll their sleeves, bend their knees, and ask people to believe in their bodies. One passes the playroom, rows of little feet under sheets. Parents sat to the side, inventing games out of air. A play specialist making a fort out of pillows, holding the hand of a boy who keeps falling. Another unlatches in oncology. The loud hope of a husband's search for more blankets to keep his wife warm during treatment. Another in stroke recovery. A man swallows for the first time in over 90 weeks, and the staff weep with relief. In the scrub room, a surgeon ties on their cap, holds their hands out to check for steadiness. In the corridors, couriers carry bags of blood from one ward to the next, often after the end of each shift. In the cafe, staff meet to detail their days and the way they got through it. Down here, in this labyrinth, each morning, first thing, we saw cloth into cisterns. Our arms hold and release pieces of linen, an organization of people, a heartbeat, a bed sheet, a promise to keep.
Hello there. Hello. I'm Sally Varnham. I'm the Creative Health and Heritage Manager at the University Hospitals of Leicester NHS Trust. I'm also a Development Manager for Bright Sparks Arts in Mental Health, which is a charity supported by the Leicestershire NHS Partnership Trust. We work in healthcare because we fundamentally believe in the transformative power of art and creativity in our bodies, minds and souls. Laughter, they say, is the best medicine. We know it dilates blood vessels and improves cardiovascular health, and it can radically improve a person's mental well-being. Music and dance together unknot neural pathways in brains with Parkinson's and transform a sticking gait to a gliding waltz. Research tells us that visual arts in hospitals reduces our anxiety and live music reduces the need for analgesics. Regular dance activity reduces the incidence of falls. Artwork at the end of the bed in a birthing suite reduces labour time. Our human instincts know these things to be true, and increasingly, research proves these instincts to be correct. I have seen an elderly man rubbed out with dementia, brought back to life with a lullaby sung in his mother tongue. An Irish folk band light up a cancer ward, turning a yellow patient pink again. A man's anxious wait for an endoscopy balmed by bark. A woman waiting for her oncology consultant with bad news, ready to face anything after that song you just sung me. It was medicine for my soul. A psychiatric intensive care patient trade poems while experiencing command hallucinations. A young woman distracted by Vivaldi from the maggot therapy in her wound. It's hard to quantify the salve of Mozart played live to my dying mother, but human souls are not the stuff of science. This does not mean they aren't important. This work is fundamentally important. Its value and impact are tricky to measure and are often overlooked, not prioritised. But we can make suffering more bearable with song. A piece of music clings tightly to memories. Capture imaginations and calm nerves with a bespoke mural. Create a connection through dance, offer touch, support, lift a smile, divert a troubling thought, facilitate a story, draw out a fond memory, reassure a relative through a comedy sketch. Uplift a whole ward with a sing-along. Enfold the essence of an entire NHS trust in the lines of a poem. Show me the drugs that can do all of this for so many, costing so little. We work in healthcare, but we deal in magic. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a lovely time. Now, we're going to need a little bit of help from you at this point. So just want to check everything's working. All the pipes are firing off. So after 3, I'm going to need a cheer. Right. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Really good. Okay, so we've got these guys on the side here, and they're going to hold up signs. They're going to give you little hints. These are going to tell you what to do. So again, after 3, hold the signs up and then respond accordingly. 1, 2, 3, up. Very good. On the other side, we've got some laughter after. After 3. 1, 2, 3, up. Some actors out there. Okay. And finally, the last thing, we might be asking you some questions. Our host is going to be asking you some questions. You might have to answer them, but it'll all be written out for you. We've got little helpers on the side that will help you through it. Now, without further ado, welcome to the stage, the man, the myth, out of retirement. It's Michael Parkinson.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My next guest has been described as the very definition of a great British institution. A feature of our national life for decades. A lifesaver, a hero, loved by all right-thinking people. And now, at 75 years of age, still as popular as ever. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for you, the National Health Service. So, tell me, you heard my introduction. How does it feel to be a bona fide national treasure?
I could ask you the same, Parky. I can call you Parky, can I?
Feel free, I've been called a lot worse.
Okay, well, it's immensely flattering, but I've never let that sort of thing go to my head. That's not what motivates me. I'm very much the sum of my parts. And any credit goes to, I know it sounds a bit cheesy, but it's true, people that are very much at my heart.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much. Now, speaking of people, I think I'm right in saying you've got quite a mixed background, haven't you?
I certainly do. I've got roots in the Caribbean, Africa, Asia, you name it. You know, if I was the sporty type, there's not a country I couldn't play for. Maybe even cricket for Yorkshire, eh?
Oh, steady on now, dear me. Moving on. Tell me, do you socialise with any of the other great institutions?
Well, I've met the royal family quite a few times for...
Page turn.
Work, but we didn't exactly hang around together at weekends, if you know what I mean.
Yes. Where's my friend, Robert? Oh, there's I've got a friend over there, Gabby. Now, it must be tiring. Oh, no, that's what I was going to ask. What is it you do at the weekends?
Work. Never take a day off. Not even Christmas.
That must be tiring. And I think I'm right in saying you've not been too well, have you?
Rumours of my demise are much exaggerated, Parky. Yes, obviously, we all have the creaky bits now and again, but I think I'm in good shape. Age is just a number, and I am raring to go.
Oh, I'm very pleased to hear it, yes. So tell me, is it a case of physician heal thyself?
It's not as simple as that, I'm afraid. To keep doing what I do, I need to rely on the support of the people and on that being reflected in government policy. If I might be serious for a moment.
Yes, very good. Let's have some applause for that one, shall we? Yes. Now, you've had a somewhat fractious relationship, I think it's fair to say, with government over the years, haven't you? She's just getting her glasses. These are so off the cuff, ladies and gentlemen. So, she's still opening the case.
No,
we might be here sometimes. You got them?
Hang on, Parky.
Yep. So, as I was saying, you've had a somewhat fractious relationship with government over the years, haven't you?
I don't like to get political, as you know. All I want to say is that in 1948, the British people made a bold decision to do things differently. They demanded change. For as long as that will is there, I'll be here for them.
Yes, couldn't agree more. Thank you very much. Now, well, you've seen off 17 Prime Ministers in your time. How do you keep relevant? What's your secret?
Oh, that's easy. You move with the times. I've got a fantastic research department, and couple that with the most committed workforce you'll ever find. Well, what can I say? We'll take on any challenge.
Oh, yes, thank you. Very good. Oh, it's just one down here. So, tell me, what's next?
More of the same, only better.
Another 75 years?
Why the hell not?
Thank you. Now, if you've been one of our fantastic question answerers, do you want to stand up and everybody will have a round of applause for everybody being so brave? Thank you very much. And, of course, for all of you, our fantastic National Health Service.
to our heartbeat. Ba-boom, ba-boom, boom. Ba-boom, ba-boom, boom. Ba-boom, ba-boom, boom.
ode to the Find and Treat team. You who look for those who are nowhere to be found. Praise your 2 vans that scour London. Come rain, come sunshine. Your pit stops begin where the fortunate loathe. Hostels, soup kitchens, and alleyways. Praise all that lure comrades out of hiding, sharing a cheeky menthol on park benches with a cup of tea and biscuits. Each interaction is doused in humor. This is what the almost living do to keep living. Your lived experiences know the ritual of anguish. Breaths operating on half a lung. Faces and limbs lined like abstract paintings with scars after windshields become paintbrushes on rough days. Eyes don't need to peer into souls when comrades' bodies pour their unvarnished truths. Praise your patience with each slurred tongue that fights against teeth to voice its plea. You know how false promises can wring hope dry. Your childlike joy on the other end of the line, inviting comrades into alternative universes. When you say, it's all sorted, housing and treatment. Praise handshakes that transform you from strangers to advocates. High-risk environments, kitchens and hospitals for Josephine. My mother and grandmother taught me to be an unconditional caretaker. How even chicken deserved tenderness while being seasoned. For years, I went to work swelling stomachs in my chef whites. Whenever I was not in the kitchen, I was at the hospital. My son's asthma transformed waiting room chairs into dining tables and beds. Nurses nurtured him like their own. Their blue uniforms started to look more appealing than my white one. Years later, I became a nurse, speed walking through corridors that my tears once polished, waiting for my boy's asthma attacks to subside. I spent years fixated on the mechanics of breathing. An extra shift on the maternity ward gave the act a new meaning, whetting my appetite for midwifery. My 40th delivery left amniotic fluid and baby feces drizzled on my plaits like salad dressing. My hands cradled the baby's egg head, fingers a brush stroking hair into place before the handover. There was no poached joy here until I heard the incessant beep. Room switch. In culinary school, we called a dead plate an unservable dish. Excitement simmered real quick when it was time for grief to bore holes into another family. The peeling of truth was a blend of slow, soft, steady. This kind of misery was familiar. Flashbacks of when I too birthed death. I've watched many mothers chew rotten news. Fathers with flammable tongues grilled me. Still, I returned to this ward daily, ready to deliver new breath. Thank you.
So, what did you want to... Yeah, because I'm open to...
Yeah?
Yeah, I could be a delivery boy, a delivery man, repairman. People, there are a lot of plumbers, aren't there? I don't know why plumbers...
What about doctors and nurses?
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure. Did you want me...
No, you start as the doctor, and then maybe...
Great, yeah.
Right. Oh, doctor, I need someone who can help me.
Have you made an appointment?
What?
You can't come in without an appointment.
Right. Okay, sure. Hello. Oh, I do hope someone can help me with this fever.
Thank you for your call. Our opening hours are 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. All our lines are currently busy.
What are you doing?
You are currently position 17 in our queue. If you wish to make an appointment to see a GP, you might prefer to use our new online booking service.
Is this part of it?
Thank you for visiting Patient Access. I'm afraid we currently have no general consultation slots available. Please visit www.111.nhs.uk to enter your symptoms and receive medical advice.
Okay. Yep. Okay. I'm entering my symptoms. I've got a high fever. I'm burning up. Heart palpitations.
Are you currently experiencing signs of a heart attack, stroke, delirium, difficulty breathing, heavy bleeding, severe injuries, seizures, sudden rapid swelling, or childbirth?
Yeah, that last one.
Childbirth?
No, the one before that. And it's contagious. Are you experiencing any sudden, rapid swelling, doctor?
If you are, please dial 999 immediately.
Stop it! I can't do this.
Am I doing it wrong?
Are you doing it wrong?
I just thought we should start from a place of realism.
It's meant to be a fantasy.
Right. Okay, yeah.
So, can we just skip straight to my appointment?
What, so you just turned up and got an appointment straight away?
Fantasy!
Got it. Yes.
Okay, what about this? You've just finished your shift. You've been saving lives all day, and we meet in a bar.
Oh, yeah, okay, great.
Hey there, Doc. Can I buy you a drink? Did you just yawn?
Well, I've just got off shift. Probably done 80 hours this week.
Okay, I don't think this is working.
I've just been under a lot of pressure lately. Staff shortages, funding cuts.
Sod off!
We have a zero-tolerance policy regarding verbal abuse.
Forget it. I'm not in the mood anymore.
No, I'm sorry. I'll get it. We could swap, or...
The moment's gone.
Please?
All right. How about this? We have sex.
Yeah.
And then you clap for me afterwards.
Yeah, all right. Come on.
Hi, I'm Griselda, and I'm very lucky to make art happen in hospitals. Many here tonight do the same across the country. And because there's not one route into this field, we all bring very different experiences to the role. Mine, perhaps, looking back, was shaped by being the middle one of 9 children, 7 girls and 2 boys, where in a rambling farmhouse we were encouraged to open the door to play, dens and mud pie making. I mattered here. Space to express and explore. Indoors, many rainy days were spent drawing on the walls, reading and playing games. Just enough money, but we shared a lot of love. In a big family, you get to learn a lot about people, experience a whole range of human emotion and potential. Life, loss, love. We learnt to deal with many of these ups and downs through writing, drawing, and drama from behind the front room curtains. Ways to distract, comfort, and do what only you can do. Indeed, I used the same technique when my sister Rosemary became ill with cancer. And I wrote and shared her experience and our experience from her bedside. This is one of those poems. It's called The Ward. You are ill. I look at you and you look at me. And we both know you are somewhere in the middle of hospital beds, corridors, hot wards, grey cardboard trays, water in plastic cups, curtains with city prints in yellow and blue. You and us. And we talk and look across at the other ill people in their beds or sitting up sleeping, and I think you look better than them. But they go home first. Your lips go dry and your hand has swollen up, and you try to sip 1 glass of water an hour, but it makes you feel sick. And you have white sort of bandage socks on and yellow socks on over them, and it's hot. And you have a bag for your urine. You have a blue and grey stripy dress on. You look beautiful. In my role now, running Arts in Hospitals programme, it's still a culmination of all those things. Creativity often in tired buildings, bringing the outdoors in, art on the walls, not always with a lot of money, but sharing spaces from entrances to exits, humanity over vulnerability, the measure of life and the meaning of it. In hospitals, the possibility of losing everything and everyone we cherish can also be the reason to love more fully and live more deeply. Art has extraordinary healing powers. Art can shape our separations. It can open a door to look beyond the trenches of the everyday. And our creativity, our poems, our art, our coping mechanisms for our own place in the world. Dramas down the corridor, lost behind curtains, connections in the canteen. In each of these places, the art and music sits within. Who knows when it will be noticed or by whom? We share art for everyone. Our arts programmes welcome all. We are people in places that exist to make you better. We matter here. We value you. So come and talk to us. Tell the NHS stories all together now. I ask you to keep your face towards the sun and keep going another 75 years. Tell the stories, make room for art in hospitals, and let it shape your experiences. Go open the door, because art has extraordinary powers. Thank you.
firstly, so let's say thank you. Well done, everyone, for doing that. So do you want to play the NHS 75 story Wheel of Fortune from York? So these are figures all based on the York and Scarborough Trust. Yeah, you know how it goes. Right, so I've got the things in here. I need to take these glasses off because, you know, it's like reverse readers at this stage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the wheel. Then I'm going to ask a multiple choice questions. And then what I want you to do is I want you to, at the end, you shout out whether you think it's A, B, or C. And so and then what we'll do, Rob, we'll take an opinion on which one we think is the loudest. Is that good? Do we all know that? Yes, great. Okay, so here we go. So these figures are based on York and Scarborough Trust, blah, 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 22, 23, yeah? And some other things. Okay, so here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes! Right, here we go. Where's it going to stop? It is stopping on... Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. You're going to like this one. So to what? Is it A, people that retired from the pathology department in September 2023, so just recently? Is it B, in cubic metres, the thickness of the glass ceiling? That'll mean more to some of you than others. Or is it staff working at York Hospital with the first name of Jeff? So A, B, or C?
A. I'm going A.
What do you think, Rob?
It sounded like A to me.
A, okay, so A, people retiring from the pathology department. Unfortunately not. It's Jeff. It's staff named Jeff. Can you believe that? Two people called Jeff. Right, let's spin again. Ready? Okay, right, where are we going to go? Let's hope we don't get two again. Right, where do we want to go? 8-3, this one? Big or sort of big? Big. Oh, big. I'll go big. Okay, so this is... What is this one? So this is 843,000 what? Is it the number of days lost due to industrial action, or the number of days of our colleagues speaking up for their employment rights? Yeah, or is it in 2021, in millions, the amount the NHS spent on healthcare? Or is it C, the number of times Bevin, founder of the NHS, has turned in his grave in the last 13 years?
C. I'm going C.
Well, that is probably true, but it is actually industrial action, and well done for you for doing that. Okay, so we'll spin one more time, yes? Are you ready for the last spin? I'll get closer so you can hear it. 3, 3, 1, okay. This is also one of my favourites. So, 3, 3, 1. Is it a replacement knees? You know we need them at this age. Or is it the number, so A, replacement knees, is it B, the number of COVID tests that can be carried out at any one time on the Panther COVID testing machine in the pathology department? I didn't know they called it Panther. I was amazed. And it's got a little panther on it, so that's good. Or is it staff? No, that's not that. That's the wrong question. So is it the number of windows on the front of York Hospital? So number of windows, C. Is it COVID tests, or is it replacement knees? B, COVID tests. Is actually knees. So, okay, so I will just finish on this. I will say thank you to all the lovely NHS colleagues. I will say working together, compassionate care. Forgotten the next bit. Anyway, so let's end on this. Striving to keep us well and alive, the NHS age 75. Thank you very much.
The unexpected comfort blanket. Everything from the logistics, registering death, the next step, to the pair of hearts, the last gift. One in the hand of a loved one, the other in the hand of the person who's bereaved. It might only be a moment in time, but it's a moment in their time of grief. Someone saying, I wasn't as bad as I expected. A salt lamp, an oil diffuser, geranium, clary sage, orange, an arm around each person. The unexpected comfort blanket, holding their hand to walk them to a better place.
The human touch. It could be a split second. Oh, hello. Or 10 minutes them holding your hand against their cheek. It's human, the instant of connection. Coming through for each other. Not clinical or gloved, but real touch. After 15 years of care home night shifts, you've awoken to sunshine. You know how it feels to arrive somewhere, not quite sure how you got there. What matters is this, the moment, being yourself.
Buttering toast. The goals are important. They haven't got to be too big. For you, it was buttering toast. Opening the butter and letting it melt as you spread. You still get annoyed at the jam, but your story is a condiment you've spread far and wide. So many friends made in this place. One was a farmer. He had his stroke on a tractor. He always says he wouldn't have made it without you. You've met so many people and recognized the overwhelm. Why me? Slowly you get the tractor engine going, the butter, the shower, the tears. Goal by goal by goal, getting yourself and each other there.
Charts. From the urine dip chart, white, green, grey, blue, red, yellow, to the hand on the arm, the word of reassurance, every shade of emotion, from anxiety to relief. You look after their bodies, observations, tests, checks, reporting your findings in the notes, but also their minds, charting their journeys from hospital to home. You expected to help, but you didn't know how fun it would be. Part of this team. Every patient, a complex story to tell.
Wagwan Manchester! What in the hell was that? They're gonna regret giving me this mic. I swear to God. So we're gonna try that again, and I want goosebumps this time. Goosebumps. You ready? You ready? You ready? Ready? Wagwan Manchester! Yeah. Yeah. You guys ready to get up and groove a bit? Again, what the heck is going on, man? What? If I turned up. Okay, are you guys ready to groove? Yeah. So I want to hear your hands clapping and your toes tapping when you hear the beat. But before that, I got something to tell y'all. This story is about yours truly, the Motown dancer. 2 left feet, but a spirit that never quits. DJ, kick it.
Glass half full, no worse days. Sharing jokes to keep things fresh. A morning biscuit, cup of Earl Grey. Motown on loud can annoy the rest. Still there's a network here, one big family, working together to achieve patient care. Sometimes it gets to me, the trauma in the corners, but I'm lucky that I've always got people there. The real privilege is the stories, shared snippets from patients that sit and resonate with me still. and musicians bringing laughter to dementia wards and hallways, you'll find me dancing along with them, arms wide, big grin. This career keeps me grounded, gives me presence and perspective. It's given me a community, a purpose, a place. From physiotherapy to management, each new role has taught me new ways to best be there for those who need aid.
What a wonderful evening, inspirational. And good evening, everyone. My name is Terry Roberts. I'm the Chief People Officer at Oxford University Hospitals. And it's my pleasure to talk just a little bit about the vital role that art plays in reducing anxiety and stress amongst our patients, their friends, and family. But it's also about the vital role that art plays in reducing stress and anxiety and having a positive work environment for our staff, our people. And you've heard it today. And you know, I've looked and I've been amazed at the work that Ruth Charity and the team do at Oxford. And I could stand here today and talk about all of the wonderful things that have been done, but I'm sure I'll be kicked off stage if I stood that long and said all of the great things. But I want to just highlight a few things that have really stood out in my mind. One of them has been the team poem that has been put together by our multidisciplinary team and people up and down the organisation, all across our 5 sites. And the release that it has given them to share their stories and to talk about all of the anxieties that they held through the pandemic and ongoing. When I look at the performance stitch portraits, yes, that's right, performance stitch portraits, which incorporates, their own quotes, and I've seen the joy on people's faces when they've seen that. It's wonderful to behold. When I see the quotes from our estates and facilities staff that has been incorporated into vinyl desktops, and people's reactions to that. It's really enheartening to see that actually they have an opportunity to reflect and recover from difficult times that we've been through most recently. But also it would be remiss of me not to mention the work and support of black and the global majority in helping to uphold and keep the NHS. The art that they have brought to the NHS. The songs that they have brought to the NHS. And I think personally about my mother who worked in the NHS, my aunts, my sisters. They've brought their song. And that in itself has brought healing to others. And, I see those people have also been the mothers of people who have actually impacted the art in the UK and worldwide. And I'm thinking of people like Kwame-Kwei-Armah and Lenny Henry. They've brought their song and they've impacted art. And that is why I pray that we continue to support art in the NHS because it has a powerful impact on our patients, our populations, and our peoples. Thank you.
Our patients travel the world to be here. They know the treatment they'll get. New staff often trek for days as well. The journeys we make to learn about trust from people as focused and open as us. Mostly our work isn't glamorous. From maintenance to nursing staff, some days it feels like we're painting peeling walls. On other days we get to line the ceiling with tiles of light. We get to build our little bit of sky. 150 years of service walk the Hortons halls. Staff once scrubbed these floors with toothbrushes. We may be quiet, but our loyalty is loud. We're future-proofed by elbow grease. A caterer of 30 years started in the dishwash, scrubbing by hand in massive sinks. Lots of us grow wrinkly-fingered here. Once you join, it's hard to retire. Colleagues who leave us often bounce back. We'll always be here, a bit eccentric, proud, care where you most expect it, at the heart, a little further out. The Churchill was built for World War II, now a shiny cancer centre, transformed from squeaky old to squeaky new, with friendly footsteps in time with yours. The porters know the codes to every door. Their conversations are corridors. We've seen equipment, innovations, and the whole patient coming into view, a family round the table at Maggie's. That's what Florence Nightingale lit with her lamp, what all who work here try to do, illuminate the feelings with the facts. The JR is an agar plate for change, a Petri dish where knowledge grows. Wards work to get their patients home while scientists bring mysteries to light, diamonds scratching hope on glass slides. We're clued into everything evidence-based, ancient remedies like honey and silver, modern ones with complex names. At the entrance, a student is working out their route. Someone asks them for the directions. Wearing our lanyards, people trust us. We find our feet. We light the way. The Knox backbone is a team of equals, a golden spine with many vertebrae. Patients come with different symptoms. Mostly it's pain. We work to take their pain away. Tonight, a doctor walks to their car, tired but tall, their spine straight. A cleaner's favourite job is making beds for staff and relatives. They've always been good at noticing things. Spotted a pot spring. Thanks to the cleaner, the mattress got replaced. The doctor said how soft it was. Across Oxfordshire and beyond, in hospitals, homes and satellite sites, we bring our radical shades of bright, like dawn through a ward window at the end of the twilight shift, proof that light exists. Our instinct is to innovate, even when it feels like we can only cope. We welcome brilliant solutions like we greet our patients. Through it all, the honey of humour, the silver of hope. We're part of the same landscape. Knowing will be held as we fall into place.
Don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if it's right, what's going on here. Not sure I approve. I mean, I don't know what you're all doing here, if I'm honest. Like, reading poems, having a sing-song, when you've got people on waiting lists. Yeah, doing art with sick people, yeah, that's something. I mean, it's a bit wish-washy, but it's, it's healing. It's therapeutic. It's good for recovery. But I don't know why you lot need it. It's not like there's anything wrong with you. I mean, how much have they spent on all this? The rest of us, right? We don't get this, right? We just do our job. We don't complain. We don't get clapped for. We don't get put in the Olympics. And I know how much you earn. You have millions. Easily. Plus bonuses. Plus overtime. Yeah. I've seen the headlines. No, because here's the thing. I'm not being funny, but it's just how you make a living, innit? So I'm not sure it warrants all this. And actually, if we are really going to get into it, I think there is something wrong with you. Because you chose this, yeah? To day in, day out, be faced with all this death and disease, all the blood and guts and gore, all that pain. And I've seen you. I know what you're like. You get a kick out of it. Well, not a kick. But it's almost as if... Because it is... I mean, it's just a job, innit? And that's what I don't get. I don't see how this can be just a job for any well-adjusted human. But it is for you lot. And that's what makes me not trust you. So my dad got sick. Well... really sick, that towards the end. Everyone it's great. They made him comfortable. They did everything they could for him. No complaints from me. Everyone was so professional. I mean, what's that about? This man is dying. My dad's dying, and you're being professional. You're being patient and polite and pragmatic and detached. Like this is a normal thing, like it's just a part of your day. My dad. And there was this one young woman, and she was amazing. She sat with him. She stole him the best fruit cups. She listened to his boring stories. And, it really felt like they'd connected, like this wasn't just some routine thing. So I went back in after, a few days after he'd... just to give her this book that they'd been chatting about, and a card and some biscuits for the nurses, because it really felt as though... Anyway, I see her chatting with some other old geezer. She's making him laugh, and she's exactly the same. The same warmth, same smile, same intonation, and I can see it now. I see that it's just an act to stop him from misbehaving, to make sure he takes his meds and does as he's told. None of it's real. So I left the card and the biscuits, and I was on the way out. Anyway, she spots me. She bounds over. She's so touched, but I can see through her now. That is the truth, innit? I mean, it has to be the truth, because if it wasn't, well, you're like robots, you lot. You have to be, because if you were normal human people who felt things normally, and day in, day out, you were faced... Well, you couldn't, could you? I mean, you couldn't ask that of anyone. Not for all the money in the world, not for private sector money. I mean, she meant it when she joked with my dad, and then with that other fella I saw her with, and then with everyone else. If she could do that and hold herself together, if she could feel it all and shake it off before her next shift, well she had to be faking, hadn't she? Robots, you lot. It's the only answer. And robots don't need art, right? Robots, they just do a job. Bish, bash, bosh. And it's us. It's the humans who need attention. I didn't know robots could sing like that, though. And I brought some biscuits, just in case. Because maybe even robots like biscuits. And to say thank you and keep it up. Because I couldn't. Cheers, then.
Thank you. Thank you. Weren't they amazing? Amazing. Come on. Give more love than that. I got to tell you, I was standing at the back. I was getting ready to run on about 20 times, and it was so smooth. Yo, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming and sharing your art with us. It meant so much. Thank you. And thank you to you for coming, because without you, in a kind of way, we'd be doing it for ourselves. So I want to read bits so I can get off quickly. I want to thank the NHS staff who came here to perform tonight, the nurses, the doctors, the midwives, the receptionists, the porters, the operations team, the volunteers, the administrators, all for being our singers, our actors, and our dancers, and our stars tonight. Thank you also to the National Arts in Hospitals Network, who've been the vision to create this unique event tonight. Something never done before. And thank you for having the ambition to demonstrate that we could collaborate in this way. What a beautiful thing. Again, I just feel very, very touched by it. I want to thank the program managers, to Ruth, to Guy, and to Laura of the steering group. 3 years in the making, y'all. I want to thank you, Emma Dunton, the extraordinary creative director. Give her a single. And Damien Hebron, our wonderful engagement producer. You guys have made this all possible. I also really want to thank the team of professionals who came on this journey with me in order to support you. And that is our band. Let's give some love to our band. Ruth, Jen, Chris, our brilliant stage management team. Oh my God. I know I've forgotten someone, but hey. But most importantly, thank you. I hope you've had a good time. I hope that the art from the healers have healed you. I know that it has done me. Thank you to all of the speakers who came. Thank you for all who have driven miles to be here. And thank you those at home who couldn't be bothered to come to Manchester and see it. So click it on your computer. We love you too. Good night, everyone. Let's take a bow, y'all. Our acting company, ladies and gentlemen. Our acting company. Held it up. Woo! Thank you.